Okay, so you found the house of your dreams. To jumbo or not to jumbo? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome to video 12. Today we're going to be talking about jumbo loans. We're trying to answer 2 or 3 different questions today. First, we're going to talk about what makes a loan a jumbo loan. Then we're going to talk about what different requirements are needed to qualify for a jumbo loan. And then we're going to talk about how do rates compare from conventional loans to jumbo loans. And then I'm going to end with a little bit of an option that if you want to try to avoid the jumbo loan territory, you can do an 80-10-10. We'll talk about that option very briefly at the very end of the video, but suffice it to say for now, let's get into what makes a loan a jumbo loan. What makes a loan a jumbo loan? Well, by very definition, it's a loan that's over $454,100. That's up from $424,100 last year. So each year they reevaluate where home prices are and what kind of needs there are there, and they make that adjustment if necessary to the jumbo loan limit. Okay guys, now that we know what size loan constitutes a jumbo loan, let's talk about the different underwriting and processing requirements that might come into play when you're going through the process of getting a jumbo loan. First is credit score requirements. 720 to 740, somewhere around there is normally the minimum range on a jumbo loan, where it's much lower than that on a conventional loan. If you're trying to get a jumbo loan and you have something below a 720 or 740 range, then your DTI can either be really low and make up for that, or your down payment could be really high and make up for that. Speaking of debt to income requirements, on a conventional loan, you can go up to 50% DTI, that is your monthly debts over your monthly income as a percentage. On jumbo loans, however, they are a little bit smaller than that just because of the size of the loan, looking somewhere between the 43 to 45% range, again, depending on your lender. But most of the time, your DTI has to be a little lower than those of the conventional loan. Okay, another thing that is different between the conventional loan process and the jumbo loan process are reserves. With most lenders on a jumbo loan process, they're going to require 6 to 12 months of payment reserves, which is your P&I payment. You're going to have 6 to 12 months of those payments in reserves in a liquid savings account of some kind, retirement fund, those types of things. And that's another requirement that's not there on a conventional loan. Okay, one last difference on the jumbo loans versus the conventional. Conventional loans, you're at 20% down all the way to 5% down. On jumbo loans, you're looking at around 10% is the lowest that you can go. Obviously, 20% is more preferred, and most lenders may require that, but I have seen them as low as 10% down. But if you want to go that 10%, you're going to have to eat it on the rate a little bit, because it's going to be a less preferred rate there for that 10% down. Okay guys, let's talk about what everybody wants to know. What's my rate? What's the difference in rate in a conventional and jumbo loan? Well, traditionally, jumbo loans are a little bit higher in rate just because of the risk involved, but that's not always the case. I have seen them very close. I will say this, they're not going to be astronomically different. They're going to be pretty similar in rate. Most of the time though, the jumbo loan is going to edge out the conventional rate by about 1/8 or 1/4 of a point. Okay, Ryan, you're doing an awesome job selling these jumbo loans. I gotta have a higher credit score, I gotta have a lower DTI, I'm gonna have to show 6 to 12 months of reserves, and my rate's gonna be higher. So why on earth would I want a jumbo loan? Well, that's a great question, and we're going to talk about that. Sometimes jumbo loans are not the best option for you. We're going to talk really quickly about an 80-10-10 loan. All right, let me make a small disclaimer. Jumbo loans are great for those loans that need a jumbo loan. If you've got $1 million property you're trying to buy and you're going to put down $250,000, which is still 25%, you're going to need a loan for $750,000. And that's in need of a jumbo loan, and your jumbo loan is what you're going to have. Those requirements, those extra things are going to be what they're going to be, but that's going to allow you to get into the property that you need. Sometimes you have a $600,000 house and you could put down 10 or 20 or 15% or whatever it is, and you're going to end up right there on the line of the 450, 454, somewhere around in there. That's where the 80-10-10 loan comes into play. All right, let's break down the name 80-10-10 in just a second. Get your total sales price. 80% of that sales price is going to be one loan. 10% of that sales price is going to be a second lien loan, and the last 10% is going to be your down payment. A couple of the things to think about there is, one, it removes all the jumbo requirements that we just got done talking about, so that's a plus. And then it also allows you to get into that jumbo house sales price arena but it also allows you to go the 10% down route. Okay, so while the 80-10-10 loan is a great option for those that are trying to get into a little bit higher priced home but avoid the jumbo loan requirements, you do need to really look at that 10% loan. A lot of times that 10% loan is not on a 30-year amortization like your 80% loan is. It's also probably going to have a little bit higher rate than your 80% loan is because it's an in-house second lien note, and by nature those are just a little bit more risky, so you're going to have to pay a little bit more for them. You also want to watch for fees because most of the time those are held in-house. A bank or another mortgage company may charge you a fee for those 10% loans. But again, sometimes even with those things going against it, that 10% 80-10-10 option is a better option. All right, guys, that about does it for jumbo loans today. Hey, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it had some good information for you. If I can ever help you out with any sort of loan, whether that's jumbo or conventional or FHA or VA or any of those types of loans, I'd be happy to do that. Please shoot me a message. I'll get in touch with you as soon as I can after that, and be happy to help you out. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I'll make sure to answer those as well. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon.